All right, here we go. BCJ, the Bearcat Journal Nightcap, brought to you by our friends at Galactic Fried Chicken. Gluten-free fried chicken, breasts, legs, wings, thighs, chicken tenders, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, deviled eggs. If you're a deviled eggs fan, they have deviled eggs, fried pickles. You can get the Galactic sauce shipped to your house. How about that? It's a Chipotle honey mustard dipping sauce. It's outstanding. If you like a little heat, this stuff is as good as it gets. Check them out. Galactic Fried Chicken, Dayton, Kentucky. You go down like you're going to Newport on the Levee on 471, but instead of turning towards the levee off 471, you turn the opposite way. You go into Dayton. It's right there on the right-hand side towards the end of the main drag. You'll love it. Pump it up. At the counter, show me Bearcat Journal membership, you'll get 15% off. Not a wildly busy day today. I do have something I want to get to here in a moment. But first, Ahmad Gardner picks up first team All-American. I believe this was from ESPN today. He's gotten 2 first team All-American nods. Today was the Athletic, ESPN and the Athletic. He's a first team All-American. He's going to be a unanimous first team All-American, and that is crazy. That's how insanely good and consistently, not good, great, that Ahmad Gardner has been, not just this year, but really ever since he got on the field, dating back to the UCF game in 2019. And there's a pretty good chance, as this all plays out, he's going to go down as the most decorated player in the modern, this modern run of UC football. And then there's a chance, a pretty good chance, I think, tomorrow night you see his running mate, Kobe Bryant, win the Thorpe Award for the best defensive back in the country. So, a first team All-American. I think Kobe's going to garner some second and third team All-American looks with the way he's played this year. Just an incredible tribute to 2 guys that are as good as any that have ever done it at the University of Cincinnati. 2 guys that were trained by, initially in their careers, early in their careers, what was considered the best to have ever done it, and Mike Mickens. And I think you have to give a ton of credit not only to those 2 guys, to Kobe and Sauce, but also to Perry Eliano, because he came in a really tough spot, right? Not a tough spot in that he's got 2 really talented guys. That's as good a spot as you can ask for, but in that he was tasked with continuing to challenge them, push them, make them better. And that's been, in terms of the hires that Luke Fickell has had to make outside of his, when he put his initial staff together, and Perry Eliano has been as good as any. And then he went out and landed J.Q. Hardaway to come in this next recruiting class, who, as we talked about last week, got a huge ratings bump and is now right there at the top of this recruiting class. So congratulations to Sauce. It's amazing to see what that young man has been able to accomplish. The way, I think what impresses me most is the way that he found ways to get involved as teams were just ignoring him. To be a boundary corner, and he's given up under 150 yards receiving on the season in man coverage, and that's incredible. I mean, that's hard to even fathom that he's taken the opponent's best wide receiver, their best target, and essentially eliminated them from the game. 140 yards in 13 games. He's allowing just over 10 yards a game. Like, that's insane for a boundary corner to do. I know you guys appreciate him. I don't have to tell you to appreciate Ahmad Gardner. But very, very deserving, and he'll be first team on, I would assume, all of the All-American teams that come out over the next week or 2. The other thing I wanted to get to, Crosstown Shootout Media today. and Wes Miller dropping a Norwood and an Xavier. Brilliant troll job. Wes having some fun with the rivalry already. Look, we've talked about it. This is a guy that played and lived North Carolina Duke. And so he knows, like he understands what rivalry is. He understands the competitive juices that get flowing with it. I'm sure he is like jumping out of his skin to get through this week and get to the game and experience his first crosstown shootout. But having some fun with it in the process, like that's what makes rivalries great, and that's going to make Xavier fans hate him, or at least have like dislike him, have something to root against. And that automatically, ramps things up a little bit. So he was poking a little bit, and I think it's awesome. I think it's fun. I think these things should be fun. And we're rolling towards Saturday, 8:30 at the Cintas Center as Cincinnati takes on Xavier in the crosstown shootout. That's about all I got for today. We're getting ready to hop on with Mo Egger for the newest edition of the BCJ, the Holy Grail BCJ podcast tonight. You're going to be able to find that live right here on this YouTube channel, on Twitter, on the Bearcat Nation Facebook, and that's something new we're going to be doing now with the podcast. If you've watched, pardon the punctuation, that's what they use. We're going to be using pretty much the exact same thing. So make sure you check it out. It should be a lot of fun. And I think that's about going to wrap it up. I'm Chad Brendel. This is the Galactic Fried Chicken BCJ Nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com.